If you dress real prep, you might like this. If you dress real fresh, you might like this. It's like this. It's like this.
The American Larry Show, and I'm kicking it with a close friend, somebody I know for a long time. And if I kept him close, you know he a good dude. Sheron Barber. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, y'all? Let me tell y'all why he's so interesting. It's not just the fact that we've been friends. It's the fact that he has that motivating spirit. You ever meet somebody who knows how to bring an idea to life? You know what I'm saying? Bring it to fruition. Make your thoughts reality. This is the guy. And this is one of the first people I saw flexing on some fashion, some do-it-yourself type stuff. Always been an innovator. Sheron, what's up with you, bro?
Nothing much. I appreciate that introduction. I try. That's all we can do is just try and just keep pushing. But I've been good just developing this luxury men's bags line. I'm working on a small collection. I got about 14 pieces done for my upper. It's like I got two lines. One of them is more of it's like a luxury men's line, and the other one is more of a tactical line. So I'm going to release the tactical line first. So I've just been working on that and developing that.
Okay. Break that down. What do you mean by tactical line?
So originally when I started creating bags, the concept was to create. I didn't want to spare any expense when it came to like the resources I used to create the bags. So the original line is Devine Right, and it's like I said, it's a luxury bag line, but some of them are have alligator outers, suede inners, mink lining, suede lining. I use precious metals for the hardware. I use like rare wood sourced from different parts of the world. Some of the bags are taking like 40 hours to make, 70 hours to make. So it's like really high-end personalized items for the consumer.
So this is the real deal.
So what I did is recently I started doing approaching it the same way, but rather than trying to use like minks and gators, I'm using like waterproof materials, different materials that are like tactical. Like I'm using webbing that has like 2-ton weight test, and just creating some cool tactical stuff that looks cool aesthetically.
Okay, so aesthetics and function.
Right, aesthetics and function.
Yeah.
So that line is now DR14, which is actually Devine Right 14 abbreviated. So
Okay.
It's two lines now, Devine Right and DR14.
Okay, give them your social handle. Where can people find you?
Sheron Barber is SHERON BARBER. That's the Instagram. That's really the only thing I'm using. I have a website set up just for contact purposes. Is Devine Right DivineRightXIV.com. I got a new website coming soon. Because of the nature of what I've been doing, most of this stuff is made custom to order.
Mm-hmm.
I have different silhouettes that I developed, and sometimes people want different colorways or different textures, and I'll go from there. But also, I make like complete custom bags. Like if someone was to call and say, "Hey, I need this type bag. I need to store this stuff in the bag," then I'll sit with the person, jot down their ideas, and try to bring their idea to life.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question about the materials you use. I know sometimes this is a 2-part question. Sometimes people want to make an item that seems like it's high end, but they aren't willing to really handcraft it and pick a special material. Have you ever been on that tip? 1 and 2. Were you afraid to approach it this way? Was there any fear involved because you're going to drive up costs, and that may scare some people?
See, for me, well, to answer the first question, I think the material, a lot of people think when they see a high-end bag that the materials is what drives the cost. They think that the materials is what drives the cost. But that's not necessarily true. A lot of the times, if I'm going to work on something for 60 hours, I just want to make sure I'm making it out of materials that's going to last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So to give an example, if something we create is selling for $2,000, maybe only 20% of that price is materials. The other 80% is actually the time and the labor that goes into it. So if someone said they wanted, a nice canvas bag, we would make it with that same dedication and quality, but the price wouldn't drop much. So, for example, let's say you had a really, really nice canvas bag.
Mm-hmm.
It might still cost $1,600 to make.
Right.
So for most people, they'd rather just go ahead and pay that $1,800 to $2,000 and have that same bag made out of leather or suede or something like that. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, it does. The fear I've
actually done a bag recently for someone who came in and she was vegan and she didn't want the bag she wanted a handmade bag, but she didn't want it to be leather. So we actually made it out of vinyl, which is like a synthetic leather, or like back in the day we call it pleather.
Yeah.
But it was cool to make. I felt kind of bad because I'm still charging her because it took 30 hours to make it. But at the end of it, it's a vinyl bag. If you look at it, it looks amazing. The construction is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But she paid, a nice hunk of money for a vinyl bag.
How close are you to production?
And your second question, question. When I approached it, I'm never afraid to jump into my ideas because it's never about money for me. I think most of the times people don't jump into their business because they look at it like, I put this money in, I got to make this money back. Where me, I usually jump in more as a hobby because it's something I want to do or it's something I'm interested in. And then if I can make money off it, then that just makes it all the better. But for the most part, I mean, that from endeavors we had back in the day, I don't think it was ever about money for either one of us. It was just about bringing our ideas into fruition.
Yeah. I remember we always wanted to try things that weren't necessarily economical. I remember how bad I wanted to do screen printing.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you bought the screen printing equipment and you jumped right into it. You was going hard. And same for you. I don't think you were more into the art of screen printing versus wanting to sell a bunch. I mean, you wanted to make money, but you always indulged in the art of things.
Yeah. Hey, look, when we were in like maybe like 10th and 11th grade, I saw you. In fact, this is like a little before we started hanging real tough. I knew you, but we weren't like that. And you had like your Moschino outfits here and there, and then you came through with like a denim outfit that had like the paint on it, and I think maybe some tears or something like that, and it was real fresh. And I was like, see, this brother is creating. What inspired you to do that? What gave you the confidence to move like that?
I think I just thought it was cool. Like, I think my mom always created stuff, like created our Halloween costumes. I don't know. And growing up, my parents kind of never told me, like, you can't do that. A lot of parents tell kids, like, you can't wear that or you can't do that. So it kind of it cultivates the mind of the child to feel like he has to fit within the constructs of society. As far as how he should dress and how he should act. I never had that. They let me do what I wanted, so I could wear what I wanted as a kid. And I think it carried over into high school. So if I thought something was cool, I would just go for it. And I think people were bleaching the denim. And I had bleached some denim, and I thought that the pants were cool, like bleached denim with blown out knees. And then I thought it would be cool to like speckle some paint on there to add a couple other colors and elements other than just bleach.
Yeah.
I started playing with that and fraying the jeans, and then did an outfit. I think I did another one. This one was actually, I did one. It was actually an accident. I was ironing a shirt and I burned it by accident, and then I took the iron and burned the shirt all over, and then when I wore it, people asked where I got it. But that was just me wanting to create, but not having access to the tools that I do now. It's like you want something that nobody else has. You want to create something. You don't have a huge budget. You don't have the tools that you might need. You just got some pants and some stuff around the house, and you want to create something custom or something cool, so you go for it.
Yeah, that's cool. I think there's I don't like to make rules, but sometimes it's poorly done. Sometimes people do that, and it seems like they're doing it out of desperation.
I could see that. I think I agree. I think people who really enjoy fashion, we enjoy the subtleties of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about aesthetic. We give two people the same materials and tell them to make something. And for some people, it's like, I got to plaster my name really huge on the front of the shirt. And for some people, it's like, I'm going to make a really nice shirt and I'm not even going to put a name on it. And I think the desperation comes from, somebody sees you splatter some paint on some jeans subtly and it's cool. And then they say, you know what, I'm going to splatter some paint, and they overdo it.
Yeah, or throw some laces in just because or whatever.
Yeah, not really understanding it. Not understanding what the aesthetic should be.
Yeah. How close are you? How involved are you with the manufacturing process? You hands-on?
I am. I'm learning. I'm a student. So I got into this trying to make what I consider the perfect backpack, which is probably no longer the perfect backpack to me, but what I originally thought would be the perfect backpack. I reached out to a friend. I did a sketch on a napkin because I don't draw well at all, but I could get my idea out. So I got my idea out, and I reached out to a friend of mine that's more of a technical artist, and he actually took the time to talk to me and to take my idea and sketch it to like a hyper-realism degree. And from there, I found a manufacturer that could make it. And I had him make the first bag. And it was a lot of mistakes with it, a lot of errors. At the time, I thought it was amazing, but it was a lot of mistakes and errors. And I realized that I couldn't really design a bag unless I understood the process, like every fold, how things worked, the construction, because then I could be better, because I'm looking at materials and how they work for our use, but I wasn't fully educated on how those materials are put together or sewn. So I think more than a designer, I'm probably an engineer, if that makes sense. So I'm usually trying to solve a problem. So with different fabrics and textures and textiles, I'm usually trying to solve some kind of problem or create some kind of shape or learn how something works so that I can make it better. So for me to really engulf in that, I had to kind of get hands on. So I started hanging around the guy that was manufacturing the bags for me, and then me and him kind of formed somewhat of a partnership, and he decided to come work for me. And then he became a teacher and started teaching me how to make the bags. And I started cutting. He taught me how to, make patterns. So I would help make the patterns. And then, the first thing you do is you learn how to cut the leather. So I started cutting the leather. And then I started learning like basic stitching and the different types of stitches. Skiving the leather, painting the leather.
Yeah. Look. We gonna cut it in half and come back with the part 2. let me drop a jewel in this last minute real quick. Like my guy Sheron, he one of those guys who knows a lot. He might feel modest today, but he know it all. But peep this. To know a lot, you got to be prepared to be a student, and that's the part a lot of people miss sometimes when they see somebody who seems to be sort of wise or got insight or input. That same person is probably a great student, and that's how you learn. So it's like, to learn more, you got to know less or assume that you know the least. You want to drop something on that? Quick 30 seconds.
That's real right there. I couldn't agree more. That's probably been in a lot of situations. I've probably been one of the people who knew the most or thought he knew the most, and I think other people usually come to me for information. But yeah, I think once you realize, like once you want to learn something and you really decide to embark on it, you got to put that 10,000 hours in. It's all about that 10,000 hours to become an expert. And even once you hit 10,000 hours, there's different levels to your expertise. But you need to be a student for at least 3 to 5 years just to learn the basics. Like the guy I'm working with, he's 30 and he's been making bags for 23 years. He's been making bags since he was 7. So
hold up, bro.
Level of expertise is different.
Yeah, look. Let me cut this clip. and we gonna do a little more. That's Sheron Barber. I'm Dave_money3. Get at us.
Once again, thank you for allowing me to share my obsession with you. It's been great. I can be reached at dave@americanlayers.com. Be sure to hit me up. Catch you next episode.